Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. We're going to take another look at Loopring here, and just before we do, quick peek at Bitcoin, just so you understand kind of the state of the nation here, because Bitcoin's selling off pretty hard today, and it's pretty much expected based on a low volume we've had in the last 72 hours. I mean, basically last 3 to 5 trading days, we've had really low volume, which is concerning in the big picture. We also lost the 50-day simple moving average for obvious reasons, and the 200 might be the saving grace. So we'll see how 63,000 holds as a support. My speculation is we might see sub 63, somewhere in the range of 60 to 63 as a possibility later this week. Again, just based on the way that Bitcoin is behaving, I would not be surprised. This is not a very strong increase. Yes, it helped a little bit, but I think the dump will be a lot worse. So we'll see what happens there, of course. But let's go back to Loopring. And just before we do, if you're new to the channel, just want to let you know I'm not a financial advisor. This is always for educational purposes, but my goal is to help educate you in general. So regardless of that disclaimer, I like to help people become better traders, which is why I have a trading community / signal group. Link in the description below for that. Check that out. We're reaching 200 members. I'm going to probably cap it out right around there. So make sure you jump on in there before the month is over, because the rates will be increasing next month anyways. So it might be advantageous to kind of lock in your rate. Now looking at the one-day chart here, simply put, we're looking at right around, obviously the price is about 286. 287. So it's coming back down from its nice increase yesterday. It's coming down to try to test the support of 280. So we'll take a closer look at that and kind of see where we're at. But bottom line here is that RSI at 70 is still holding, but we'll see soon if that will continue to hold based on the sheer fact that, we're losing momentum. Bitcoin could sell off. Coins like this do tend to, fall down initially when Bitcoin tanks, right? That's just the bottom line. So we could expect that. It's kind of just the way that it works. But again, they're not super influenced by Bitcoin, but they have like this knee-jerk reaction that occurs where there's a major sell-off, then a really strong ramp back up. We could probably see that on the 10th. It's pretty obvious how these things behave, but generally speaking, that's it's kind of how it goes, right? So we got this previous sell-off here, of course, and just to kind of specify, this is the November 10th candle, right? So November 10th, we had that sell-off that we lost 10% on Bitcoin in about 3 hours. So right here, LRC came down, right? It ramped back up, it kicked back, right? Which is normal. It's that strong ramp back up and then the retrace after. So if just say hypothetically the same thing were to happen, we could see the price come down to about maybe 247 or 213 as a rough estimate. And then it will kick back up and then probably start trailing back down. It's just a kind of a normal trend I've noticed with these kind of coins. So just be prepared for that. You might be able to get a pump back where the price jumps back, but there's a strong chance it'll continue to retrace. And it's likely just because of the fact that they've all ramped up so quickly, they have to consolidate, and that's just the natural law of things. So looking at the 4-hour chart, we can see the price obviously coming close to the 4-hour 50-day simple moving average. This is proven to be a very strong support level in the past, right? So bottom line here is we'll see soon how strong $2.80 is going to hold here soon, because the price will probably continue to go down, and then of course maybe consolidate or retrace there. We can see on TD sequential too, we're right at a 7, so we got roughly 2 more hours worth of bearish momentum, and then we should likely see a bounce back to the upside, again pending Bitcoin doesn't just dump sub 63,000, right? That could very well happen. I hope it doesn't, but it could. And then let's see, our last thing to note on the 4-hour chart is the fact that we are still trending above water right at 50 on the RSI. This is a good sign. This is a good sign it's holding. But if we lose this support at 280, it's going to be below, and then it'll be bear down from there, right? It's kind of just generally how it works. So we're still considered bullish, but we're barely bullish. We're effectively entering bearish territory. So taking a look here at Ichimoku Cloud, we're probably below, which makes sense. This is considered a no-buy zone, so you're typically supposed to wait until the price is below the cloud. So say the cloud continues to trend down here, price will kind of average out here. That would be a buy zone right there. Not necessarily right here, because we don't know how much lower the price could go. That's why buying above the cloud is traditionally a good sign. It didn't work right here, of course, because you're buying into a resistance. That's a different story. But if you buy into the cloud right at support, it's oftentimes a pretty good situation. So this could be a really good buying opportunity. I would say within about 2 trading days, we'll probably see something like that happen. Now, taking a look at TD sequential, we can see that we are having a bunch of resets in a state of consolidation here. That's pretty standard when it comes to periods like this, where it's just kind of trying to figure itself out. Good news is it's consolidating above support, so it's kind of reaffirming the fact that 280 is likely a strong support. So I feel like 280 would be the bottom for LRC right now. Again, pending Bitcoin just goes sideways for some time. Bitcoin goes up or sideways, we're fine. Bitcoin decreases, you can expect LRC to sell off, and then likely have that knee-jerk reaction as a result of that, and then to eventually taper off after that. again, this is based on previous history. Now, traditionally speaking, history repeats itself, right? That's a common theme in trading, specifically crypto, because you see so much more, a lot of crazy trends that happen in crypto. So for lack of better terms, this is based on the previous ways in which LRC has behaved. Also, to note, we are within a nice, strong, support and resistance channel right now too. So this is proven to be a very high amount of volume scenario. So if you take a look at the VPVR, you can see that the volume profile visible range is trending right around the price right now, the most amount of volume, but also just above that as well. So this is, traditionally speaking, is going to be considered to be a strong support level. And again, that volume will stay there as long as there's not a massive sell-off, right? Because as soon as some whales get a hold of the Loopring and say, "Hey, Bitcoin's selling off," or we see it going down, this is going to be one of the first things to go. We'll see the price come down like it did before to here, possibly even here, and then back up again. So just be prepared for that. It's not bad nor good. It just is kind of what it is. So I would say you have some money set aside in case the price were to dip. Buy the dip the next time it happens. Don't be afraid to buy or add in dollar cost average around 247 and also 215-ish, just in case we lose that support. So all in all, again, not in bad shape with Loopring, still okay. We're barely bullish right now, but we're on the verge of just dropping off the cliff, for lack of better terms, because of the way Bitcoin is performing. So just please be mindful of that. And that's the main reason why I always look at Bitcoin. That's why I send out multiple Bitcoin updates to my community members to ensure we always kind of stay on the know there. Because if you're a Bitcoin expert, you can literally be an altcoin expert too. It's pretty easy. They're very synonymous. Because you can kind of predict in a lot of ways how things are going to perform based on Bitcoin's movement. So I highly recommend you consider learning more about how Bitcoin behaves. It's a very good thing to know. And if you need to know more about that too, feel free to join me through my Patreon community, where I have a signal group / trading community where I send out signals for every single trade that I take. So you can kind of see what kind of trades that I do and obviously kind of get the feel for it, because this is my full-time job, right? And then I also, of course, have that trading community where you can communicate with me directly. We have an amazing group of folks. There are almost 200 plus now, and it's been an amazing experience. So looking forward to getting to know you better. If you didn't end up joining, if not, that's okay too. Just know that the rates are increasing next month in December. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll look forward to seeing the next video. Take care. Best of luck.